I took this tree down.
Yeah. I don't think so, Tim.
But I'm standing on it.
It doesn't count.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I have video proof that I did it.
Hey everybody, this is Jeff from the Great Heights and Barely Controlled Chaos. It's early morning and we got a lot going on today, so why don't you come along and talk about what we're doing.
My, how they've grown. They are quite a bit bigger than they were when we brought them home. But I don't think they're going to get a whole lot bigger than that. I don't know. About 6 months old, maybe 3 or 4. I think we got them when they were 4, and it's been a couple of months. So I'm guessing that's about as big as they're going to get. Like I said before, these are our breeders, so we're not planning on eating these two. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I am going to work on getting some bigger pigs. I've been searching, looking for some bigger pigs that we can start breeding. We are going to buy probably a couple of feeders again for this year, and then a couple of breeders again for this year. So we'll see how that goes. But the goal right now is these guys. They're still really skittish. Really skittish. You can see all I did was unlock the fence. They're both backing up in the corner there. This one is a little friendlier. It'll almost come. There he goes. It's coming to me. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, see if I move at all, he won't come any closer. And it's not that I'm certainly not being mean to him or anything. We're out here all the time and we try to interact with them, but they're pretty skittish. Anyway, so like I said, I'm gonna probably buy a couple more feeders this year, just because the pork from those last 2 pigs was absolutely delicious. So we want to make sure that we have some for next year, especially if we're starting a breeding program. We're going to need to keep so we've got enough so that we can wait. I guess that's really where we want to go. But anyway, so these guys are getting there. They're starting. They're getting bigger. Now, these guys are another story. Our rabbits are not breeding, or I'm not sure what they're doing. There's definitely 1 male and 2 females. When we bought them, the guy I bought them from checked them. I checked them again when we got home, and everything I have read says they're certainly old enough to be breeding. They should have been old enough within a week or 2 of us bringing them home to start breeding, and they're not doing it. We haven't seen any nesting behavior. I've tried to palpate them. Obviously, being new at it, I don't know what the heck I'm feeling for, so I'm just not there. But I'm thinking maybe I'll introduce another buck and see if maybe we get some better results. But at the moment, we have these 3 rabbits that we've been feeding and had around for 3, almost 4 months now, and nothing. No offspring. And obviously the point is to have some offspring from these guys, and we don't have any. So anyway, that's the story with the rabbits at the moment. I do think I'm going to introduce a new buck, but if you know anything, or if you've got advice about the rabbits, or you've got some thoughts about them not, like I said, not nesting, not breeding, not doing what they're supposed to do, please feel free to comment below and give me your thoughts. So our chickens are laying between 4 and 6, sometimes 7 eggs a day. It is winter, so I'm actually kind of surprised that they're laying at all.
the temperature's still coming up. Or excuse me, the temperature comes up during the day. It's not like it was when we were in New York, because usually once the winter set in when we were there, the chickens just completely stopped laying. We never tried to force them to artificially lay by trying to keep it too warm or anything like that. But just keep it warm enough so they didn't freeze to death. Here we're not even using the heat lamp in their enclosure. We do have a heat lamp in the rabbit's enclosure to keep their water from freezing because their water is much smaller. But in here we do have, we don't have a water or a heat lamp, and they're still laying eggs. But so our chickens are doing pretty well. So Liam and I are out here at the tree mistake and wounded pole. And what we're gonna do is we just attempted to pull that pole out. It's in there good. So we're gonna have to use some mechanical advantage to pull it out, because the two of us yanking on it and pulling it back and forth and trying to loosen it up just wasn't enough. But in the meantime, because I want to get the fence fixed, because I do want to get the electrical line run so we can be prepared when we have pigs again. We're going to put a new pole in about a foot away. We're just going to pound that in and then hook the fence back up to it so that we don't have this. Really, the only damage was that the fence kind of pushed, or when the pole got bent, it pushed the fence down and across the ground there. So we want to pull it back up as much as we can along this line here, and hopefully that will fix it. So, but first we got to get this pole in. All right.
Yeah.
You feel it all the way over here.
That's a rock.
You hit a rock.
What if we went to the other left?
You want to go to the other left?
Yep. Other left. Other left. Sporting big. Because we know there's not a rock right there.
We think there is a rock right there. Do that.
log up.
Okay.
You want to run the chainsaw, or you want to run the?
I'll put the chainsaw.
Sort of easy.
There's a deer up here.
Yeah, I know.
Right out in the front yard too, by the gate.
Only when we're not out here. So we got the fence hooked back up, and now what we're gonna try to do is get rid of this, or break this up so it's movable. There is a reason that we were cutting this tree down, other than the fact it was dead, but we'll get to that reason a little bit here. So I'm just gonna put you on time lapse while we work on the tree. Alright, so chainsaw actually ran out of gas, but we got it pretty trimmed up. Stack of wood there. Just, it's in a little hole there, and really what I wanted was to get it out of this path that we've got. You can see that's the front end of our property, and then spinning around here, that leads down the back end. So this tree fell right in the middle of the path. And for projects we've got coming up, I really wanted to make sure this path was nice and clear. Now, there is more to be done out here, and I said I was going to talk about that in a minute, so I'm going to talk about it now. As you may or may not know, we had zero luck deer hunting this year, and so these two trees, this one and that one over there, are perfect for making deer stands. We're gonna have to clear some of the lower branches and stuff, but we're gonna put something up there a little higher so that we can sit up there. The problem is, well, it's not really a problem, but the deal is behind me there's a really nice meadow. Just a little ways back, there's 3 trees, this one, that one, and that one that will need to come down, and actually 4, because that one's going to need to come down too, so we can shoot from this tree. We're going to take those 4 trees down. We do have projects that are intended for those trees, so they're not just coming down and being wasted. But what that does is it opens up a really nice long shot into a meadow down here, and I'll show you that in just a sec. I am just beyond those 2 big trees. There's a couple of small trees right over here on this side that we're going to pull out too, but they're really small. But you can see that this goes back a little ways, another 100, 150, 200 feet. And a lot of deer come up here naturally because it's secluded on both sides over here, this side over here and this side over here. And so they come up here and they'll graze on the grass or just kind of hang out up here. We've seen lots of deer sign and stuff up here. So that's the goal for next year, is we want to have some deer up here that will come up here, and then from those trees up there that I pointed out, as they kind of come up closer, we'll be able to get a good shot at them. We are only using bow, although I think maybe one of us might get a rifle license next year. We'll see how that goes, but the idea is that we'll be able to sit up in those trees up there and shoot down this way. Again, tons of deer up here, but unfortunately, because there's no really good place to sit where you can get a good line of sight of this meadow, other than actually sitting in these little scrub trees here, which then, if you're using a bow, you're gonna hit branches and stuff like that, which just doesn't work. So you gotta have a clear line of sight. If you're using a gun, that's a different, rifle, that's a different story, but if you're using a bow, which is what most of us use, or that's what we all use, then you gotta have clear line of sight, and being up in those trees, out of their line of vision, and then having this nice straight shot down into this meadow that they like to hang out in. Hopefully that'll get us some better luck next year. I've read a lot about doing setting up a place where you can hunt. You want to pick something that's natural, where they're already coming, make it more attractive to them somehow. I'm not going to go planting trees that they might eat or anything like that, or bushes or whatever to try to attract them. So we are hunting for meat and we're trying to supply our family. If it was desperate, absolutely, I would plant the trees and I would do whatever we need to do to get them up here. But since we're just hunting to supplement the meat that we have otherwise, I'm going to leave it as natural as possible. They already come up here. So I'm just trying to give us a little bit of an advantage so that we could actually, get the deer that we're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on this first tree right here. I should be able to come down pretty quick. It is cedar, so hopefully I'll be able to get it down without too much trouble.
Go ahead.
I took this tree down,
Yeah. I don't think so, Tim.
but I'm standing on it.
It doesn't count.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
I have video proof that I did it.
We're losing the light, but you can see, got the first tree down. It fell almost the way that I wanted it to. Almost exactly. Slightly, about 15 degrees off where I wanted it. But it's fine. It'll work perfect. So we can just trim those branches off now, and we'll get a nice long pole out of it that we're going to use for the secret project. So next time we'll do this tree and the two smaller trees down there, and then we'll start trimming these up and get them ready to go down to the secret project area. All right, so Liam and I just got the tools put away, and we're getting ready to head inside for dinner. We got to go make dinner, but we're getting ready to head inside to go do that. We got a lot of work left to do out in the clearing that we're trying to make. We've got the logs to take down to the secret project, and then we've got more trees obviously to clear out of there so that we can get that set up for next year. Hunting season has officially ended, so we can start building out there again. I really wanted to stop any construction or any real tree clearing or anything like that during the winter, because I didn't want to scare any of the deer away in hopes it would get more. Unfortunately, it didn't work out quite so that well for us. But such is life. So if you enjoy these videos, please give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Make sure that you go down and subscribe down below. Check out the links in the description for more information about us and how to get a hold of us or figure out where we are. We'll see you next time.